Hello, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. My name is Fabio Scaldaferri, co-owner and founder and owner and co-founder of MattressRecycling.ca, and I'm here to talk to you about the issue of mattresses in the waste stream. I co-founded a company that recycles mattresses, box springs, and futons. We specialize in the deconstruction of these materials, and we operate in Metro Vancouver with basically the city of Vancouver as our biggest customer. Oops. The way we deal with mattresses is we pull them off the trucks and deconstruct the units by hand manually with basically a box cutter. We put them into storage and then basically take them by hand apart and break them down into the various pieces. Excuse me, like a glass of water. That's what you get for not having notes. So we break each mattress down into their different components, all of which are recyclable. The metal goes to the metal scrap yards and gets remade into things like rebar or cars, that sort of thing. The foam actually has a lot of value. It's remade into carpet underlay. And it doesn't happen overseas, it happens relatively close by. We send the wood out to a company that basically shreds it and turns it into either mulch or a fuel product. The toppers, that's also surprisingly a valuable material in the mattress. It's basically polyester on top and foam sort of woven into the material. So that material is shredded as well and made into carpet underlay. The felt is probably one of our biggest challenges. It doesn't have a very good market, but there are certain applications for it. We take cotton out of the beds as well, usually the older ones. That gets basically processed and made back into upholstery. So there's a surprising amount of that. Usually it's probably about a bale every 3 days of 800 pounds of cotton. Core is another interesting material that we pull out of the mattresses. It's coconut husk and fiber that's woven into itself. That sort of thing we give away to farms or landscapers to use as landscape fabric because we can't really find another use for it. The plastic is another obvious material that can be recycled. We have quite a bit of plastic film that comes off the mattresses, either from inside or just the bags that they come in. And we bale that film and then send it off to companies like Merlin Plastic or what have you for reprocessing. I think what they do is pelletize it. I'll give you a bit of history on the company. There's going too fast. So I founded the company with 3 other business partners, and in 2008, we found that at the time there was nothing like this in Metro Vancouver, and basically the closest place was Montreal, where this was happening. So we tried to start a business, it's just a small business with a 1,000 square foot warehouse, and we were manually disassembling these pieces. And we figured that, it's quite a shocking image, we figured that this sort of thing would take on because people are environmentally conscious and they'll support it. But what we quickly realized is whatever's cheapest people will do. So really in the first year I think we received about 1,000 mattresses, which was quite a success for us. But we realized to make a real impact, what we'd have to do is work with municipalities and work with government to try to make this into a bylaw. So we quickly contacted Metro Vancouver, and we lobbied Metro Vancouver successfully to make a bylaw that bans mattresses, box springs, and futons from landfill and incineration. And luckily, they were very receptive, and they supported the concept. And January 1st, 2011 was when the bylaw took effect, which is actually, from what we understand, world first for a region of that size to ban this item from landfill. It's a very simple solution, and it's very effective. So in our first year, 2 other competitors popped up, and they remain. So we recycled 65,000 mattresses the first year. So there was quite a shock from 1,000 or 2,000 in 2008, 2009 to 65. It actually caused one of our business partners to leave, and it was a pretty dramatic sort of situation. And the next year, 2011 was, or 2012 was 73,000 mattresses. The next year after that was 85,000, and this year is just under 100,000 mattresses. Yeah. Thank you.
You gotta address the bed bug issue.
Bed bugs? Yeah, good question. And feel free to ask questions because I don't like speaking for 10 minutes straight. So just sure, 1 minute. Bed bugs, we do encounter them basically on a daily basis. Well, those materials, so we recycle over 90% of each piece. The 10% goes to regular transfer station for traditional like disposal. So that material, the material where bed bugs live on, they don't go inside the bed. The top material goes to the garbage, and the workers protect themselves by separating their clothing and wearing the appropriate safety gear. Go ahead.
How much do you charge as a tip fee, and why? And do you or do you not remanufacture?
In the process of working with the government, we also a new legislative body came about because of this. So we're governed by Metro Vancouver, so they'll come through and audit our facilities once a month, facility. And so we do not reconstruct, we do not sell mattresses, we simply deconstruct everything. We demanufacture the mattress by hand, and then all the components are sent. This is an example of the raw cotton that we pull out of the mattresses. We charge residents $12.50 per piece, and we charge commercial $11 per piece. So there's actually an incentive. The way the system sort of was set up was customers are incentivized to come straight to the recyclers. So it's cheaper to come straight to us. If you go to traditional landfills or transfer stations, you can take your mattress, but they will charge you more. They'll surcharge you at $15. So that those mattresses end up getting put into a bin like you saw before and taken to us. So regardless of where you go with your mattress, it will come to a recycling facility. I think there was a question in the back. No. Go ahead.
Do the producers of mattresses support as a product stewardship scheme?
The producers, that's sort of the next step from what we understand. EPR is probably coming in within the next 5 to 10 years. It's a slow process, and it's something that I think Louisiana just went through and California is going through now. But it's going to be something that's going to come up. But right now, it's a consumer-paid system, and if they're dumped in alleys and so on, then the taxpayer foots the bill because of sanitation. We currently employ 50 people. So Scott was saying, tie into the fact that it's a community-based thing, and it supports small business and creates a lot of jobs. So, sorry, just one more question.
You said that some portion of the wood goes to fuel, and I know that wood burning is 50% worse than coal for the climate, in other ways.
Yeah.
Is it possible, first, what percent of your wood goes to fuel, and is it possible to send it all to the mulching direction instead of having any of it?
Yeah, that's a great question, and we have we work with Carneys and Squamish for to compost our wood as much as possible. But when they're overstocked with our wood, because they take a 53-foot trailer like every 3 days of wood, They shut us out temporarily, and then we have to go to places like Harvest or Urban Wood Waste. So we're not really in control of that, and ideally it would all be composted. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you.